like to thank the Toppenish Fire Department for their commitment, dedication, and assistance to Wildcat football. Now we'll have the starting lineup introductions, beginning with the visitors, the Hawks from College Place. They want to go with their defensive lineup. Number 51, Jose Martinez. Number 63, Julian Vasquez. Number 76, Lash Corbett. Number 79, Andre Smith. Number 21, Parker Hodgen. Number 25, Gavin Geese. Number 20, Landon White. Number 12, Davis Fry. Number 15, Nick Josephek. And number 2, Hank Thompson. And number 10, Jesse Mink. And now for the home team, the Toppenish Wildcats. And their offensive line starters tonight. We're going to start down on where the beef is, the line. Offensive lineman number 53, senior Ricardo Gonzalez. The other offensive lineman number 73, sophomore Baba Ramirez. Playing the all-important center position, number 69, senior Rocco Clark. And on the other side, offensive lineman, number 57, junior Joshua Luna. And finally, the other offensive lineman, a senior number 76, Keenan Sampson. A wide receiver, number 11, Shane Rivera. On the other side, number 3, Isaiah Maldonado. Wide receiver, number 23, junior Nick Cortez Jr. And the senior, number 10, Jason Grant. Running back tonight, junior number 28, Timmy Torres. And finally, the quarterback, junior number 7, Joshua Perez. Ladies and gentlemen, your officials for tonight's game. All officials from the Yakima Valley Football Association. Head linesman tonight, Mr. Brad Kramer. Umpire, Mr. Gene Hayward. Referee tonight, Mr. Sam Nishi. Line judges, Blake Scully. And your back judge, Jason Ornelas. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please stand if you aren't doing so already as we listen to the national anthem tonight being played by one of our band members. He's a saxophonist. His name is Mr. Christopher Cardenas, and he will be playing our national anthem. Great job, Christopher. Great job. Hawks are coached by Mr. Mike Holden and Mike Spees, and Wildcats coached by longtime football coach Mr. Jason Smith.
Okay, that's good to know. Thank you. Yeah, I need this one charged. I'm sorry, brother. I know you got game, man. And good evening from wherever you may be joining us. Unfortunately, we are going through some technical difficulties here at the moment of this recording. Otherwise, we would be live unless we're live right now. So apologies for any of the technical difficulties we're having here tonight. But either way, thank you to all of our tech team and, of course, the THS digital media crew. We're going to be able to record this and have this action, if it's not already going live, posted to you later tonight. So hopefully you'll enjoy some possibility and some history here tonight as the Toppenish Wildcats pretty much putting themselves into position to have an automatic bid to state with the win here tonight over the number 3 on the east side of the SCAC 1A level division, the College Place Hawks. Hello, everybody, again. My name is Antonio Tony D. Dominguez, and what a historic day we have here tonight. The Wildcats with an opportunity to go to state by getting a win here tonight. And, of course, on the flip side, the College Place Hawks. This is a winner to state, loser out game. So they have every reason to put everything they have on the line, their hearts, their bodies, to get an opportunity to make it to state. And what better team if that upset, hopefully it doesn't happen here tonight, upset were to come to fruition, well, they would come up against one of the best teams here in this state coming into today's game, the Toppenish Wildcats, ranked number 7 in the WIAA RPI poll. I know a lot of people do not necessarily like the way that poll works, but it's the way we go. Both teams with an opportunity here to make a statement, so we'll see what happens. Wildcats going to hope to try to avoid an upset essentially here tonight. They're number 1. They earned their number 1 seed after last week's tough earned win versus a very stout Zilla Leopards defense. Of course, if you want to rewatch that game, go over to Zilla Sports on YouTube and relive that entire historic moment. 14-7, the Wildcats coming out with the hard-earned win. Came down to defense, came down to the man himself, Jason Grant, with 2 touchdowns. And here we go. Sam Maldonado with the return and going to be stuffed at around the 20-yard line. All trying his best to not get put down, and unfortunately going to bring it up all the way out to the 22-yard line. And that's where the Wildcats will get their start here tonight. Of course, in that game versus Zilla, Joshua Perez not able to be confident in his passing game. And either way, the game plan for the Wildcats in that game was to run the ball and play great defense. It was going to be smash-mouth football the entirety of the game, and indeed, that's what we were treated to. Remember, if you want to rewatch that game, go over to Zilla Sports and rewatch that historic victory. Joshua Perez in the shotgun. Perez right behind him, and there, Jason Grant immediately gets the ball. 10 yards. Can he go? He breaks into the open field, and just like that, ladies and gentlemen, Jason Grant to the house, getting it started. Oh my! 77 yards, Joshua Perez on the first pass attempt to Jason Grant. And with that ball, Jason Grant, the all-time leading receiving in yards. Jason Grant only solidifies. Hey, is that the Valley goal? Bill, is that the Valley goal? Is that the Valley goal? Is that the Valley goal? Is it the Valley or just high school? So attempted here is the extra point by the kicker. Brandon Flores, who unfortunately did not play in last week's game, making the point attempt. And believe it or not, the Wildcats without their kicker last week. And Joshua Perez subbing in for duties and unfortunately missed the only extra point, which it could have been costly. But nonetheless, on that touchdown, what do you know? Perez to Jason Grant. The only way to get this game started at 7-0 to start here this first quarter. Be back here on the THS Digital Media Network.
That touchdown pass makes Mr. Grant the single-season record holder, all-time top in it.
And welcome back here at THS Digital Media Network. As you saw, the cheerleaders doing some push-ups. Every time this team scores, oh, you know we've earned more work ahead of us. And here we go. In the last possession, Jason Grant with the 77-yard touchdown reception. Joshua Perez just finding him there with the little screen pass and able to get into the open field. And once he's there, folks, he's gone. Jason Grant with his 14th touchdown on offense of the season. Oh, my, what a season he has had. Historic. Of course, now Toppenish High School, 909 was the previous Toppenish High School receiving yards record all season. Singles, or should I say, anybody's career here. Unfortunately, Toppenish Wildcats never really been a passing team up until these last 5 years. Here we go. Back to actually going. Turn there. Tackle Jesse Mink. All the way out to about the 29-yard line.
Davis Fry with the return out. 31-yard line.
Davis Fry, apparently. I read the numbers wrong on that one, but here we go. Less than 25 seconds off the clock, or 28 seconds, I should say. Off the clock, and the Wildcats already ahead, 7-0. So Nicholas Josefic, starting quarterback here for the College Place Hawks. The shotgun, moving out, screen pass over to his running back, and he gets free into the line, and a reception there of about 14 yards.
He's out to the 45-yard line.
Aiden Wolpert
First down for College Place.
there with the first reception of the night, trying to get this College Place offense going, which
Number 44.
what they might need here tonight.
Seth Ordaz.
See how this game goes. Of course, the Wildcats offense have slowed down here these last 4 weeks or so. Of course, you can definitely take blame. Playing Connell, playing Natchez Valley, of course Zilla. So you can imagine those were going to be low-scoring affairs no matter what. Josephic immediately tried to do a flea flicker ball in the air. Incomplete. What wonderful defense there by the defensive back. On top of this, Josh Perez right there to make a play. Joshua Perez doing a great job of being in position, finding himself in space and seeing where the receiver was going, tracking that ball down. That ball was not very well thrown there by Parker Hodgen. College Place, lucky that one didn't get picked off. Second down to go. 11:04, of course, here in the first quarter. Wildcats up 7-0 after a very early 28 seconds off the clock. Jason Grant with his first touchdown, 77 yards, and flag on the play. Against College Place, false start. Send them back 5 yards. Of course, as mentioned before, Jason Grant breaking the all-time Toppenish High School receiving yards record. That 77-yard reception puts him well over 909 mark. See if he can get to 1,000 receiving yards here tonight. Last game of the regular season. This game goes to the Gridiron Classic here at the 1A level for Washington State football. Trips over to the right. Josephic, and a flag. It's going to be a delay of game, I believe, and indeed it is. More mistakes coming early here for the College Place Hawks.
Against the Hawks.
You bet Coach isn't very happy about those decisions on the sideline. That's one of the things you need to be able to avoid is those simple little mistakes, especially if you're trying to upset a team as highly ranked as Toppenish. College Place, you need to regroup and minimize those mistakes going forward. Otherwise, this game could be over very early. 1:02 ending here, first quarter. Of course, we have already broken one record, and Timmy Torres is also on track to break, or to at least get to a very significant milestone for any high school athlete, the 1,000-yard mark. A little less than 40 yards or so away from breaking the 1,000, and there goes the ball. Josephic trying to get on top of it, and does it almost again with a potential turnover. Things just not going correctly here early on to begin for the College Place Hawks. Third down in about a mile or so. College Place Hawks just so far, you can tell they're a little tight up there. And these mistakes early on, something that you need to avoid, and now you just get yourself deeper and back into the backfield of your own end zone. Not very good if you're trying to minimize the amount of points that the Wildcats can put up. Josephic, bring it down, tackled, and after a gain of about 5 yards, Nicholas Josephic trying to get out of there. Avoid a sack. Luckily he did. Unfortunately, not enough. Nowhere near enough to get the first down. So punting team coming on for the College Place Hawks.
Number 15, Nick Josephic.
Josephic, of course, the quarterback, also the punter here on this team, able to punt it away low, but able to take a good Toppenish bounce, or should I say, College Place bounce. Jason Grant returning it. trying to make his way through tacklers. And brought back all the way, brought down at about the 39-yard line. The College plays Hawks.
First down.
So Jason Grant already with 1 reception, 1 touchdown, 77 yards, nearing 1,000 receiving yards here, and it's only the first quarter. Can that record be met here tonight? Jason Grant, of course, being looked at all over the state. So these top high-level colleges taking at least a peek. Not sure how you can argue you don't want to take at least a peek, maybe not an entire look, but hey, let me see what's going on over here with the great Jason Grant. Torres finding his way through the middle, gains about 8 yards on his first carry of the night. Timmy Torres dealing with a rough game. Got the ball only 10 times and amounted to only about 33 yards. As that Zilla Leopards defense just stout all night, not allowing Timmy to find any space. But he's here to try to forget about that night here tonight. Torres gets another carry, finds his way up the middle. Again, whoa, that chuck is through, can he get it? And Timmy Torres takes it to the house. 32-yard touchdown. Look at the power that comes from this small guy. And a lot of people say he doesn't have power, but what do you know? I think he just proved everybody wrong right there, just trucking over his opponent, putting that shoulder down. And this is playoff football, folks, essentially. Winner to stay, putting his body on the line, trying to make sure that this team gets all the points they need to take them to state. So extra point here. Sam Maldonado, the holder. Kicker after missing last week's game. Brandon Flores, the young freshman. Flag. Oh no, off the upright, no good. Brandon Flores' first miss of this season. 13-0 nonetheless. Wildcats leading early on this one after a Timmy Torres touchdown. Right, and with that, he nears 1,000 yards. We'll be back here on the THS Digital Media Network. And welcome back here on the THS Digital Media Network. If you're just joining us, unfortunately, we've gone through some technical difficulties here tonight with our internet. Now we can really say internet is really important all around the world. So make sure, if there's ever any issues in regards to internet access, well, there you have it. Proof that it is important and ubiquitous all the way around the world. So here we go, back to kickoff after that Timmy Torres 32-yard touchdown run. His first of the evening, and with that, he gets really close to almost cracking 1,000 yards here tonight. Both Jason Grant and Timmy Torres, one of them on the ground, one of them through the air, catching that ball. Both of them with the chance to crack 1,000 yards here for Toppenish. And perhaps even some records here in the Yakima Valley here in Washington State. Coming to you live here from Toppenish, Washington. Into the hands. Trying to return it all the way out to about the 32-yard line. Jesse Mink, the return man on that possession. So only 8:32 to go here in the first quarter. Didn't take the Wildcats long to get up. We're only 6 minutes into the game, 2 touchdowns. And the college plays Hawks, trying to get something going. Right into the hands of Aiden Walpert. Rushes and gets about a gain of about 3 yards or so. 3-yard gain on that carry. Ian Wolpert being used as the main back here tonight. Leading rusher for the College Place Hawks, Parker Hodgin. He's yet to receive a carry here tonight.
Game 3, second down and 7.
Josephic, quarterback, College Place Hawks, and snap almost mishandled with Josephic. Finding his receiver for about the first down, and that's going to be about a gain of about 4 yards. Thompson with the reception. Second completion of the night for Nicholas Josephic.
Third down and 2.
So third down and about 2 yards to go. Josephic trying to get this team a new set of downs. Davis Fry going to get some, and it looks like they're going to get another set of downs here after the Wildcats jumped off sides.
Encroachment call against the Wildcats. That'll give the Hawks the first down.
So first down to the College Place Hawks, and that's the discipline that the Wildcats always talk about. Coach not necessarily liking these type of situations when you're close to getting the offensive team off the field and your defensive players up at the front line not being disciplined and watching that ball cost them 5 yards and a new set of downs here for the College Place Hawks. Josephic in the shotgun. Gets it into the hands of Wolper and brought down behind the line. Negative 2 yards on that play.
Second down 11.
Second down and 11 to go. Lost him about 1 yard on that one. There's going to be a lot of situations going to happen here tonight. See if the College Place Hawks can make something happen. Second down and 11 to go. Goes out the screen pass all the way, gets it into the hands and brought down behind the line for another yard loss there. Davis Fry, leading receiver for the College Place Hawks. Davis Fry, the senior, having a tremendous season for the College Place Hawks with 7 receiving touchdowns on the year and close to 780 receiving yards himself. Unfortunately, the Wildcat defense right there to meet him at the ball. No chance for him to go anywhere. What a perfect play there by the Toppenish Wildcats defense. Third down and 14 to go. Josephic, quarterback. Stepping back. Finds an open receiver there. Completed.
Pass is complete.
Gain 70 yards. 8 yards there. Jesse Mink.
On the play. The Wildcats, number 24, Freddie O'Neill. Fourth down. We're going to call it 3. 4th and 3.
It's going to be an 8-yard reception or so. Excuse me, 10-yard reception or so. Couple yards to go. Fourth down, going for it, or should I say punting it away. See the formation out there, and Josephic able to put that one away. Oh no! Is that touched? They might say Grant touched it, and he did! Mistake there by the Wildcats. Jason Grant trying to stay away from it, but somehow still got over it, and it cost them, and it is College Place ball. First mistake for the Wildcats here tonight. Oh, and you bet Coach has to be fuming down there. Something that could have been avoided, just stepping away from the ball. Grant just not aware of where he was for the moment. And it cost the Wildcats right here in College Place now with an opportunity to score here in the red zone. Josephic taking the snap. Oh, looking somewhere. Wildcats closing fast and brought down after about a gain of 2-3 yards there on that carry by Josephic. Second rush of the night. Trying to avoid the Wildcat pressure. Jason Grant, of course, plays so many positions here on the top of his defense. He's got to be real upset with himself with that mistake. Jason Grant rarely, if ever, has ever turned over the ball over. Mental mistake on that one. Let's see if he can make a play. And flag called on the play. It's going to be false start against the College Plays Hawks. 3:59 remaining here in the first quarter. If you're just joining us, folks, whenever you're joining us, of course, going through some technical difficulties here, so we're going to have this recording up online later tonight. And hopefully you can watch this at your leisure whenever you want, of course, from wherever you want, whatever device you want, smart TV, phone, wherever you can get internet access. You can find THS Digital Media Network.
Second down into 12.
Josephine. Putting it over his right side. Trying to find an open space, makes it in, gets a gain of about 3 yards on that one. Third rush of the night. You can tell on that play, Josephic just not getting the protection he needs. Top of his Wildcat defense, just slicing through and forcing Josephic to run over to his right, trying to find some space to make a play, but the Wildcat defense just too quick to get to the point of attack. So third down, let's see if the Wildcats can hold this team scoreless. College Plays Hawks going to need every point they can get. Josephic being met with pressure, rolling out over to his right, going to the sideline and knocked out of bounds. Right around inside the 5-yard line, so that's going to be a gain of 6 yards. Josephic, second in rushing for this team. Right behind Parker Hayden, number 21. Unfortunately, we haven't seen him out on the field here tonight so far. So most of the rushing might have to come to Joseph. So here we go. Joseph fade over to the other side, and did he get a foot in? Touchdown! Josephic to Davis Fry. 6-yard touchdown reception. And the College Plays Hawks able to respond in kind. That was a smart play there by Josephic. I mean, it was drawn up for him, but he already knew where he wanted to go with that ball. Unfortunately, the top-of Wildcat defensive back not in position to make a play, tried his best to get there, but unfortunately just beaten by the top receiver, top offensive threat here for College Plays Hawks. And Davis Fry, the wide receiver for College Plays. With that, 13-7 the score, 2:42 here in the first quarter. Take a break, be back here on THS Digital Media Network. Make sure to like, subscribe, and follow, and never miss out on another THS Digital Media event.
Isaiah Maldonado deep for the Wildcats to get this kick.
Welcome back here on the THS Digital Media Network. After that receiving touchdown from Josephic to Davis Fry, the senior wide receiver, having a great season himself. Make that his 8th receiving touchdown of the season. I believe we'll check the stats a little later on. Of course, the College Plays Hawks being able to respond. You do not want to be far behind the Wildcats if you want to look to get a win here tonight. Kick underway, headed over towards Isaiah Maldonado. Stops, has to pick it up. And getting that. Goes through a couple of tackles. And finally brought down at around the 12-yard line. So back comes on the offense for the Toppenish Wildcats. Of course, last time they were on the offensive side, which seems like a minute ago now, able to get an immediate touchdown on their first play. 77-yard reception from Joshua Perez to Jason Grant. And looking to make some plays here tonight. Here we go, first down and 10. So Grant Torres gets the carry, and he loses about 3 yards on that one.
Loss of about 2 yards. Tackled by College Place's number 12, David Fry.
Davis Fry making a great play there for the College Place defense. Some of the more struggles have come on the defensive side of the ball for the College Place Hawks. Right now, after that scoring possession, gets this defense hyped back up. Perez waiting the snap, stepping back. Fights Nick Cortez out in the open field, trying to avoid a couple tackles, still on his feet. Makes it all the way out to the 35-yard line.
Number 23 with a nice reception, Nick Cortez Jr.
It's going to be 25-yard reception there, Nick Cortez.
First down.
Like that, already to 100 passing yards here in the first quarter for Joshua Perez. Gets it going, hands it off. Torres up the middle, and finally brought down after a gain of 13 yards.
Jimmy Torres almost out the midfield. It is enough yardage for another Wildcat. First down.
So you heard there from the PA announcer. First down for the Wildcats. Hoping to continue this drive. Wildcats with less than a minute remaining here in the first quarter. Cortez in motion. And off again. Torres finding his way in the middle, cuts to the outside, trying to find a hole, and finally brought down. 29-yard line. That's going to be an 18-yard rushing attempt there for Torres. Timeout taken on the field. Wildcats up. We'll be back here on the THS Digital Media Network.
Timmy Torres down to the 20. Gain of 9. Second down and 1. Tackled by number 23, Aiden Whipper. Incomplete. Incompleted. Intended for Isaiah Maldonado. Third down and 1. Timmy Torres on the last play of the first quarter inside the 10. That is enough yardage for the Wildcats. Another first down.
Back here on the THS Digital Media Network. If you're just joining us, of course, we're going through some technical difficulties right now, so this game will be posted up to you guys later. So you might be watching, you are probably watching this on delay. Going through some technical difficulties, internet outages here in Toppenish there as Timmy Torres receives the handoff, trying to make his way to the end zone, and did he get there? Touchdown! 9-yard rushing touchdown there for Timmy Torres on his 9th carry of the night. And once again, many people say, or should I say not many people, you can maybe say because of Timmy Torres' size, he may not have that power, just showing it all out there, running through tackles, trying to bring them down with arm tackles. That's not going to work for him, especially here tonight, knowing that he has a chance to crack 1,000 yards and, of course, get a pretty much sealed victory if they can get the points up there here tonight and send them to state. And kick is good. Brandon Flores, the young freshman, after missing the last PAT attempt, able to redeem himself here on the 3rd attempt of the night, PAT-wise. 11:52 remaining here, second quarter. Be back here on the THS Digital Media Network. Remember to like, follow, and subscribe here on YouTube, and never miss out on another THS Digital Media event. Welcome back here on the THS Digital Media Network after that 9-yard touchdown run by Timmy Torres as he is nearing himself. He already has himself 1,000 yards here on the season for the Toppenish Wildcats through the ground. What do you know, Wildcats with the historic season on the receiving side. And, of course, like usual, Toppenish known well for their rushing attack, having another running back. It's been a few years since they had a 1,000-yard rusher. Well, they got one here tonight in Timmy Torres, providing 2 more touchdowns. He's going to be cracking double-digit touchdowns here tonight, and it looks like there's going to be a flag. Might be delay of game. Let's see what's happening here.
Delay of game penalty against the Wildcats.
It's going to be a delay of game, and it's going to set them back 5 yards, unfortunately. And Florida's going to have to use a little bit more power. Wants to get this ball deep and get Wildcats into a good defensive position. Want to pin them back. 20-7 the score here. Again, if you're just joining us, unfortunately, we're going through some technical difficulties, so this game will be uploaded later in its entirety here on the THS Digital Media Network. Apologies for these difficulties here on the technical side. Tech works when you want it, and it sucks when it doesn't. So here we go. Running it back. Oh, getting free and getting almost near midfield. Jesse Meek, the return man. He's going to give another great field position for the College Place Hawks. Toppenish Wildcats, one of the best defenses in the state. Checking the stats the other day, at the 1A level, they are second in most points allowed through the state at the 1A level. What an amazing way this defense has played this season. Now, of course, this comes against what some might consider lower-level opponents. Either way, something not easy to accomplish in there. The handoff to Aiden Wolpert. It's going to gain 9 yards on that carry.
Tackled by the Wildcats, number 24, Freddie Robledo.
Freddie Robledo in on that stop, making sure he didn't get to the first down marker. Second down and 1 to come. Wildcat defense, of course, mentioning just one of the more stout defenses at the 1A level here. High school football in the state of Washington. Trying to get themselves to state with the win here tonight. Hand it off, Wolpert again.
Number 23.
He gains 3 yards on the carry and gives them a first down. So Aiden Wolpert being the main running back here tonight for the College Place Hawks. Fortunately, the top running back, Parker Hodgin, just not playing here tonight. Try to get word on what his status is here a little later on. Nicholas Josephic in the backfield in shotgun position. 2 running backs either side of him. First down. Looking over to his left. Oh, and right through the hands. Pass drop there by Mink. Jesse Mink had it in his hands, unfortunately, just feeling that Wildcat defense coming towards him. That may have taken his attention away from catching the ball. Dropped there on an important possession. Second down and 10 to go.
Second down and 10.
Once again, Bowman gets it, dumps it off into the hands of Davis. Of course, the Joseph Victor Davis connection been alive all season. Gain of 7 yards on that reception. Excuse me, 8 yards. Second reception there for Fry. So there's a penalty after the play. Unsportsmanlike conduct against the Wildcats. And again, another unnecessary penalty, you can argue, for this team that wants to make it to state. Oh, coach has got to be fuming now on the sidelines. Not something you want to see for a potential playoff-bound team.
6 and 10 from the Wildcats 23-yard line for the Hawks.
So new set of downs here near the red zone now for the College Plains Hawks. Nicholas Josephic. Running back to either side of him. Looking, trying to find somewhere to go. And Mink had a chance at that, but Jason Grant, strong safety, able to meet him at the point of the pass and knock that one away. Got to give it up to Jason Grant, just able to play all over the field on either side of the ball. There's no way you don't have Division I programs taking at least a peek at this young man, the power and everything he's able to do on the ground, through the air. He even threw a touchdown pass last week's game versus the Zilla Leopards. That young man just capable of doing so many things in the game of football. Josephic again facing pressure, trying to go somewhere, slipping down and brought down, but a flag again. Let's see who this is going to be. It might be holding on the College Place Hawks. So we'll see what they say. We'll wait for the official decision here from the official on what that foul is. And it looks like they will pick up the floor. No, they were not. They're going to enforce the penalty. I think they were going to pick it up. You can never know here in the high school game with high school officials. Of course, if wherever you live in the United States of America, a shortage of referees all the way around, officials at the high school level. So if you have the ability to, or you want to be part of a great experience, check in with your local high school and ask about signing up for officiating. Most areas offer paid positions, of course. Of course, always in the high school division looking for more officials. I understand it's a tough gig. Hopefully, people who are willing to do what's needed. Josephic stepping back, being forced out. Finds Wolpert. And finally brought down after a gain of about 3 yards. So Wolpert there with a 3-yard reception or so, about 3 yards. It's going to bring up 3rd down and long. The Wildcats doing their job on defense, trying to stuff this College Place offense. And aside from the one giving up score, doing a good job at it so far here tonight. Josephic stepping back, throws a long ball, looking for it, and oh no! Right through the hands of Freddie Robledo. Could have had that one and possibly taken to the house. Look at where Freddie Robledo was. Reading the quarterback signs, knowing where the receiver was going to be the entire time, breaking on that ball right when it was going to get there. It was in his hands. And unfortunately, sometimes when you're a great athletic player but can't catch the ball, well, they put you on defense. Freddie Robledo right there showing possibly, maybe, probably his best position he's played here so far while you're playing defensive back. Trying to bring that one in. Putting it away, Josephic. Yeah, that one's going to go out of bounds. The Wildcats will be stuck inside their own 20-yard line. So last time Wildcats were on offense, Timmy Torres with already 2 touchdowns on the night and already cracking the 1,000 rushing yard mark for the season. Through 10 games, he's earned it. Torres wanted to get payback for last week's performance. Only 10 carries and 33 yards. Not the performance he wanted to have that night, but nonetheless, the Wildcats coming away with the win over their rivals, the Zilla Leopards, last week. Perez, Cortez with the reception, trying to find some room, but the College Place Hawks right there to meet him at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that attempt.
Tackled by number 23, Aiden Wilbur. Second down and 10.
Second down and 2 yards to go there on the fourth pass attempt. Joshua Perez in shotgun. Timmy Torres, 1,000-yard rusher right there on the side. Perez in the pocket, clean pocket, looking to go. Rivera trying to track that ball down just out of reach. Falls incomplete. Going to bring up third down for the Wildcats. You saw on that play where Josh Perez was reading, saw that Shane Rivera had a favorable matchup, able to beat his man off the line, was open, but Joshua Perez perhaps just a little too late with that ball there, just out of the reach of Shane Rivera. Second leading receiver here for this Wildcats team. Perez stepping back, taking a look, going again. And ball thrown errantly and into the hands of Josevic. And that's going to be a turnover, his third straight turnover of the game. Joshua Perez struggling through the air. First interception of the game right there for Joshua Perez. So once again, he was trying to find Shane Rivera and kind of threw that ball up there. I think he was expecting Shane Rivera to break on the inside. Didn't see that, and that ball was just floating in the air, and the College Place Hawks defensive backs just able to track that one down. And able to get the turnover here, so another possession here for the College Place Hawks. Ball, did it come out? Wildcats say it came out, did it? And it did! So that was a 9-yard completion from Josevic. And a fumble there. Davis and getting up, and he might be hurt, walking gingerly over to the sideline. Oh, what a mistake there by the College Place Hawks with an opportunity after that forced turnover, and gives it right back, coughs it up, right back to the Wildcat offense. Again, if you wanted to pull off an upset here tonight, you needed to limit those mistakes. Not going right now, at least anyways, College Place's way, and there we go. Jason Grant gets the ball into his hands. 10 yards and brought down after a gain of about 12. And Jason Grant with his second reception of the night. 89 yards on 2 receptions. Of course, Jason Grant not being very effective through the air. Only 1 reception for 35 yards last week versus the tough defense of the Zilla Leopards. Putting up more stats here tonight. Better stats on the receiving end, and there as Torres, 5-yard gain on his 8th carry of the night. Second down and about 5 yards to go. Wildcats hoping to keep this drive moving. Doubles both sides. Timmy Torres finding a hole through the middle of the College Place defense, excuse me. And that's going to be a 15-yard rush Timmy Torres again adding on to this game. Only needed so many yards to get to 1,000, and Timmy Torres making his way to the sideline as looks to be possibly and hopefully just cramping up. Giving it all he has here tonight. Now new running back for the first time here tonight for the Wildcats, Anthony Ozuna, subbing in for the great Timmy Torres. Ozuna finding a lane and meeting head-on with that College Place defense. Ozuna with a 5-yard gain. So it's going to bring down second down and about 5 yards to go.
Second down and 4.
Second down and about 4 yards to go. Joshua Perez gets the snap. And wide open, Jason Grant to the house. And there's a flag on the play. Let's see what's going to happen here. Possible holding call. And it is going to be against the Wildcats. And it's going to be a legal man downfield, actually. It's going to send them back. Yards, and it's going to be second down again. 5-yard penalty on that possession. Boy, I bet Joshua Perez would want to have that one back. Jason Grant wide open, just in daylight. Nothing but green, or should I say gray, in front of him. He's right there near the touchdown marker. Second down and 10 to go.
Second down.
From a full house set. Cortez with motion. Holding out to his right. Perez finding Grant again. Slipping his way through a tackle. Going, staying in. Finally knocked out of bounds at the 3-yard line. 3-yard line. Well, what do you know? 32-yard reception there. From Joshua Perez to Jason Grant. So first down and goal. And of course with that reception, already 111 yards here in the first half for Jason Grant. Needing about another 40 yards to reach the 1,000 receiving yard record here for Thomas High School. And finally Shane Rivera, slips through. Would have had that at the 2-yard line. Quick action there. Reception counts. Unfortunately, Shane Rivera falling before he could get right to where he wanted to go. First in high school, one knee down. Once you're down, you're down. It's a matter if a man touches you or not. So again, Joshua Perez, take it. Torres gets it inside and runs in. Touchdown. 3-yard touchdown run. And that's his 3rd touchdown of the game. Timmy Torres, on only his 9th carry, makes this game 26-7, 5:20 remaining. Give credit to that Toppenish offensive line, just jumping off the ball, powering into that College Place Hawks defensive line, and giving more than enough space for Timmy Torres to be able to simply put that ball in and get the score. And Brandon Flores, the young freshman kicker, for the point after, and that one is off the mark, his 2nd missed PAT. Nonetheless, the Wildcats up 26-7 here. 2nd quarter, 5:20 remaining. We'll be back here on the THS Digital Media Network. Remember to like, follow, and subscribe, and never miss out on another THS Digital Media event.
Shepard and Jesse Mink back deep for College Place.
Welcome back here in the THS Digital Media Network. If you're just joining us, unfortunately, we're going through some technical difficulties right now at the moment of this recording. Otherwise, we would be live on air with you guys. And either way, we're going to have this game posted up to you here later tonight. You can relive all this action here as the Wildcats hoping to make some history and get themselves to state at the 1A level here with the win here tonight over the College Place Hawks. And officials timeout taken, and looks like there's a flag. Is it going to be another delay of game? And looks like it will be. So the Wildcats called timeout. Other games happening around the SCAC League. Of course, Zilla versus Connell. Winner to state, loser out situation. The two number 2 seeds of the East and the West Division meeting up in that contest. And of course, the other winner state game here in the SCAC, the Royal City Knights, playing up against the Natchez Valley Rangers. We'll check in hopefully at halftime and see if we can bring any scoring updates from those games. Check out the games around your region. Of course, we have this game here for you tonight. Apologies for the technical difficulties. It would be live on air during this recording, but unfortunately with some internet issues here tonight, unable to bring that coverage to you. But either way, this game will be posted later tonight. Make sure you can relive this moment here as the Wildcats trying to make history and go to state at the 1A level, representing the SCAC West. SCAC West champions here this year. Oh! Ball touched, still not grabbing, and finally brought down there. Handled by Hank Thompson. Look at that one, didn't go away from the College Place Hawks. First down and 10 at 31-yard line. 5:16 remaining here in the first half. Opening. Josevic, quarterback here for the College Place Hawks. Snap. Wolpert gets the carry. Trying to get into the edge and brought down by Grant. Right near the line of scrimmage. 1 yard gain on that carry, 6th carry of the game. Second down and 9 to come for College Place Hawks. And there you see again some of the capabilities of Jason Grant on the defensive side of the ball, able to meet the rusher right at the point of attack at near the line of scrimmage, able to secure the tackle and bring him down for minimal gain. Josephine has pressure coming his way, pocket collapsing and rushes forward. Gain of about 4 yards. 5 more yards to get another first down for the College Place Hawks. Wildcat defense trying to put up a stand here and force a 3 and out for the Hawks. Snap, Josephine receives the snap. Pocket collapsing and brought down behind the line of scrimmage. Sacked. Shane Rivera and Dakota Bauer meeting the quarterback there in the backfield. It's going to bring 4th down and long. So checking to see if the College Place Hawks looks like they will punt. Still another half of football to play. Only down about 3 possessions. You can perhaps afford to put this ball away. But very dangerous and down by the College Place Hawks at the 31-yard line. Here's the 29.
That was a illegal procedure, false start penalty against College Place.
Penalty there. Wildcats were just going to keep this one. And it looks like they are. They're just going to let that penalty go. Folks, great to have you back on air. Great to be here. We just got to feel great for these athletes, returning at least to as much normalcy as we can during these times. Enjoying some high school football, Friday night lights, football under the lights. Oh, who doesn't like that?
First and 10, Wildcats.
So first down and 10. Right there at the 44-yard line. New possession here. From the pistol, Perez. Hands it off, Torres. Finding a lane over to the outside of his right. And finally stepping out of bounds after a gain of 2 yards. Torres already a 1,000-yard rusher here so far. What a great weapon to have on the offensive side of the ball. Jimmy Torres able to find space when he needs it. Able to get that burst through the line of scrimmage. Gain net positive yardage, and there he goes again, breaking through. And finally brought down inside the 50-yard line. It's going to be a 17-yard rushing attempt. 12th carry of the game. So first down and 10 at the 46-yard line. Top-notch Wildcats with the new set downs to work with. Under 2:30 remaining here in the second quarter. Hoping to close out this half, perhaps, with a touchdown and a timeout called down on the field. That's going to be Wildcats. Their second timeout of the first half.
The second timeout charges the Wildcats.
Timeout, Wildcats there on the field. Remember to like, subscribe, and follow THS Digital Media Network on YouTube. Never miss out on another THS Digital Media event. A great program here this great school district has to offer. Of course, with support from the community members, and of course the administration, principals, and teachers, of course, alike. And great support for the THS Digital Media program. And we're looking to have this around for quite a while. Bring to you great events. And of course, probably the most important thing, for free on YouTube. You don't need to pay for no subscription. You don't need to do any of that. As long as you have internet access, it's brought to you for free here by the THS Digital Media Network crew and staff. So here we go, first down and 10 in a new set of downs for Joshua Perez. Motion there, Nick Cortez. Perez looking to pass, finding some trouble. Rolling out over to the right side, finding some space, running it himself, and finally out of bounds. Gain of 8 yards on that rushing attempt.
And he's out at the 40. Gain of 7, second down and 3.
Second down to go. Down to 3 yards. Shotgun. Stepping back. Perez, long ball, looking for Grant. Through traffic, snacks it to the end zone. Touchdown, Wildcats. 40-yard pass from Perez to Grant. And that was a little bit of a risk for Joshua Perez himself. A lot of college place defenders right there in the backfield to try to meet the point of attack of Jason Grant. But look at the power. Look at the hands that Grant has. Able to make it through all that contact. Snap that one from the air. And, of course, with the size that he has, able to find himself into the end zone, extend this lead for the Toppenish Wildcats here in the first half. Brandon Flores, who's missed the last 2 PAT attempts. Oh, no, bubbled. Isaiah Maldonado trying to find somewhere to go. Running it himself, trying to get to the corner. And does he get there? And he does. 2-point conversion. Successful. What a good play. 34-7 now. But you can already tell the special teams dealing with some difficulties themselves, much like we are on the technical side. You bet Coach is already looking ahead at what could be some issues here in a week or so. 34-7, minute 57 remaining here in the first half. The way the Wildcats have been playing this season, the best in Wildcat history, of course. You have 2 offensive players that are going to reach, that have reached the 1,000-yard mark. You got Jason Grant, who's going to have 1,000 receiving yards, 1,000 plus to be exact. You got Timmy Torres, who's also a 1,000-yard running back. And you got Joshua Perez, who's already thrown his great amount of touchdowns, 20-plus touchdowns here this season. And, of course, the leading passing quarterback here in the SCAC, one of the top passing quarterbacks, I should say. Fortunately, turnovers continue to be the problem for Joshua Perez these last 3-4 games. Almost losing it there. Parker Hodgin able to get it to the 40-yard line.
And the tackle on the play for the Wildcats, number 35, Angelo Senegal.
First down and 10 to come here for the College Place Hawks. 51 remaining here in this first half. Wildcats dealing with some penalties and some miscues on the offensive end of the ball, but able to correct some of those here tonight and there as the pass falls incomplete. There as Nicholas Josevic tried to find Wolpert out on the flats. Falls incomplete. Well, for about a quarter there, the College Place Hawks seemingly able to capitalize on the Wildcat miscues and mistakes in the first quarter. But unfortunately for the College Place Hawks, Toppenish Wildcats able to correct those mistakes on the next drive and respond. Something the College Place Hawks needed to capitalize on is every opportunity when you get an extra possession on the offensive side of the ball. Josevic throwing a long ball. Davis open, runs it and out of bounds. 63-yard completion from Josevic to Davis.
At the 17-yard line.
And those are the shots that the College Place Hawks are going to need to take more of, especially if they're not able to get a score here before the half. It's going to be rather difficult to catch up with this high-octane offense that the Wildcats are capable of running. Josephine finding pressure, trying to get out of it, runs through some tackles. One player to beat, gets it, and through, and scores for a touchdown. 17-yard rushing touchdown for Josephic. And give Josephic credit, able to navigate his way through that sea of monstrosity, bodies all over the place in front of him, slips through a few arm tackles, and had one man to beat there, the defensive back of the Wildcats, and able to get through right there. Jeremiah Zuniga trying to make a play, but unfortunately Josephic just got the edge and able to get the touchdown. Kick is no good there. As Martinez, the kicker right now for the College Place Hawks. Unable to get that one to go. Jose Martinez. He also plays center. Offensive line. Excuse me there for Martinez. Minute 31 remaining here. First half. We'll take a short break. Be back here on the THS Digital Media. Welcome back here on the THS Digital Media Network. Minute 31 remaining. Wildcats having to get back on offense and respond after the College Place Hawks touchdown there by Nicholas Josephic. Getting in a 17-yard rushing touchdown. Second touchdown here tonight for the College Place Hawks. So Ozuna and Maldonado in the backfield to return this one. Goes right on the hands of a lineman, front man running it back. Oh, he did not want to stop. Joshua Luna right into his hands, and he did not want to come down with it. He says, I'm trying to take this one to the house myself. 38-yard line, what a risk. You bet coaches weren't really that happy that he decided to try to make that play. Normally you want your big guys to go down once they have the ball in their hands, but what a great job there and a great play to try to get some extra yardage on that possession. First down and 10 to go. Minute 31 remaining here in the first half, second quarter. Score is 34-13. Maldonado. Motion. It's the ball. Turns it up. On the right side, and finally, after a gain of around 9 yards, that will be a gain of 9. To go, so close to a first down. Coming up on a minute remaining here. Spikes it. It's going to give the Wildcats third down. Trying to stop the clock with only one timeout left to the Wildcats here in the first half. Try to be efficient and try to capitalize here on this extra offensive possession. Perez stepping back. Two-step drop. Can't find anybody open. Trying to go to the sideline. Shane Rivera left and brought down at the 20-yard line. Gain of about 10. Shane Rivera with the second reception of the night. And spiking that ball, stop the clock. Going to bring up second down. Here's the Wildcats trying to get everything set, trying to capitalize before going into the locker room. Here, end of the first half, second quarter. Score 34-13. Joshua Perez dealing with issues and brought down 15 yards behind the line of scrimmage. And you bet coach didn't want to see that. The last thing you needed to do was take a sack in that possession, puts him out of field goal range. And now, dropping it in. That's it. It wasn't a fumble. Remember, Joshua Perez, even if he did fumble it away in that possession, he was able to regain it back. And since he's the quarterback, he's able to pass it. Throws it into the ground, luckily. 4th down and long now, 31.5 seconds remaining. And you got to believe that they're just going to try to run this clock out.
25 yards to go.
Timeout taken by the Wildcats, their last of the first half. Wildcats hoping to regroup, get everything set and ready. Capitalize on these final plays before the end of the half. Of course, other games going around the SCAC. You got the Natchez Valley Rangers going up against the Royal City Knights. And then the other loser out game, you got the Zilla Leopards up against the Connell Eagles. Check your local area for the availability of that game. Probably have to drive to get there. So here we go. What will probably be, or might be, hopefully will be, final play of the first half. Perez over to Grant. Flea flicker. Isaiah Maldonado by himself and falls incomplete. It's going to be turnover on downs. So College Place defense able to hold. So now let's see what they elect to do. Either run a couple of plays and try to see if you can get near the red zone. Possibly line yourself up for a couple of shots at the end zone. So sure how strong Josephic's arm is exactly from this position anyways. He's going to have to get a little bit closer to midfield in order to get a reasonable shot. So Josephic definitely passing. Gives them what they take. It's going to be a 14-yard reception. Davis Fry there with another reception, his 5th of the night. He'll be nearing 100 receiving yards here this game. 19.4 seconds remaining, and that's going to be a false start. Those little small mistakes that the College Place Hawks hope to avoid, unfortunately. Penalties all over the place here in the first half for the College Place Hawks. First down to 15 now. 18 seconds remaining.
First down, 15 to go.
So here we go. Final 1 or 2 plays here before half. Josephic finding some room, trying to get through some tackles, and finally brought down behind the line of scrimmage. Loss of 2 yards. And I believe that will end the half. Dakota Bauer, they're in on that sack. That's the end of the first half. Finally, there we go. After 2 quarters of play, Wildcats on top, 34-13 over the College Place Hawks. We'll take a break. coming to you live here from Toppenish Wildcat Stadium, home of Bob Winters Field. We'll be back here after this break. Welcome back here on the THS Digital Media Network. If you're just joining us, unfortunately, the THS Digital Media Network going through some technical difficulties, experiencing an outage here right before, literally 15 minutes before kickoff. Everything was fine and dandy. We had internet availability and everything. Unfortunately, went through some technical difficulties. Somehow, internet service provider. That's ever so important to have as many choices as possible. Unfortunately, not very many choices once you get into rural America. So hopefully that will change in the coming years, as everybody agrees now internet is one of the most important things to have to function here in the modern 21st century. So getting ready for kickoff, 34-13. Wildcats going into halftime with the lead. Timmy Torres with well over 100 rushing yards and 3 rushing touchdowns, all to his name. And also 2 receiving touchdowns and well over 100 receiving yards, Jason Grant. Of course, Jason Grant also breaking the all-time Toppenish High School receiving record with 1,000+ yards, the first ever wide receiver for the Toppenish Wildcats to reach that 1,000-yard mark. And then on the rushing side, Timmy Torres also officially reaching 1,000 yards here in this contest. The first running back since 2015, and the great Cesar Ramirez, who has the last 1,000-yard rush for the Toppenish High School Wildcats. Of course, before then, even before Cesar Ramirez getting his 1,000 yards, the great duo of Carlos Ramirez and Ivan Macias, each with 1,000+ yards of their own back in 2010. So the history of great rushers here for the Toppenish Wildcats, well known. But for the first time here this season, first time in Wildcat history, a 1,000-yard receiver by the name of Jason Grant for the Toppenish Wildcats, and ball will be out of bounds at the 6-yard line. So tack 5 more yards onto that one. Beginning of the second half here for College Place Hawks on offense. Some adjustments that the Wildcats want to make this game here in the second half. Limit those defensive mistakes. A couple of times here in the first half, defensive backs have been just a step behind some of these big plays that the Hawks and Nicholas Josevic have been able to capitalize on. So here we go. First play of the second half. Josevic, the quarterback, in shotgun. Handing it off inside, and Wolpert getting the carry for a gain of 1 yard on that carry.
Gain of 1 yard, 2nd down and 9.
Adrian Wolpert not having a lot of ground success here in this contest. He's the main running back handling duties here tonight in this contest. Leading rusher, Parker Hodgin, not seeing very many carries here in this contest. He is on the field in some packages. Not part of the game plan here tonight. 2nd down and 9 to go. Joseph dumps it off over to his left side. Wolpert brought down after a gain of 2 yards there. Josevic finding Wolpert for 2. And there you see another example of the Toppenish Wildcat defense just meeting at the ball. Immediately saw that it was going to be dumped off, and the Wildcat defense able to corral up, make that tackle, and to limit the gain. It's going to bring up 3rd down and long. Bring down here, another long play to convert, get a new set of downs for Nicholas Joseph. In the pocket, back with pressure, and able to get it into the hands of Davis.
Pass is complete to number 12.
Gain of 9 yards on that reception, Davis Fry. Give credit there to Nicholas Josephic, standing firm in the pocket, not letting that Wildcat defensive pressure get to him, stepping up and placing it right on the mark, right to where his top receiver, Davis Fry, able to make a play, bring that one down for a new set of downs. First down and 10. Their own 48-yard line. College plays Hawks. Coming off Adrian Walpert again, being met by that front line of the Toppenish Wildcats. For a
short gain.
2-yard gain on that one. Eighth carry of the game. College plays Hawks. Looking to tack on more points to open up their first possession of the second half. We'll be down about 3 possessions. Need to make some plays here. Let's get this one going. Joseph dumps it over to the right. Tries to get it. Does into the hands of Hank Thompson.
Tackled by Joshua Perez.
Gets one. Gets no yards on that pass attempt. Hank Thompson, the second leading receiver for the College Plays Hawks.
Third down and 8 yards.
Not able to find much space in that one. Gonna bring down third down and 8. Reminder, if you're just joining us, folks, unfortunately, we've been dealing with technical difficulties, internet outage out here at Wildcat Stadium. So this game will be uploaded at a later time here later tonight. Josephic, long ball. Davis Fry looking for it and well covered there. Joshua Perez and Freddy Robledo making sure Davis Fry couldn't make a play on that ball. Great defensive position there by the Wildcat defense. Here's the College Plays Hawks are going to have to punt this one away. 58 remaining here in the third quarter. Drive. Second half for the College Plays Hawks coming empty-handed. Josephic. Nice scare over that ball. Man, he's going to look to return it. Past the 20-yard line, getting all the way up to the 30, finding some space. Woo! Cuts through! Unbelievable! That is going to be an 85-yard kick punt return. And look at the way Grant collected that ball. Didn't really think it was going to go his way. Got the right bounce, able to collect it, and then just allowing his blockers to do their jobs. And he was really, really bright about making sure he knew where he needed to be positioned at. Because if he were if he were an angle off, maybe even a foot deeper or a foot ahead, possibly a blocking or holding call could have been made there. But nice job there by Grant, getting the ball into his hands and making a play, getting his third overall touchdown of this game. Brandon Flores now on to attempt the extra point. The last couple of attempts have been not good. And that one's going to go up, and I believe it is good. 41-13 the score. 8:37 remaining here in the third quarter. 41-13. Wildcats up. Be back here on the THS Digital Media Network. Make sure to like, follow, and subscribe, and never miss out on another THS Digital Media event.
Senior class 50-50 raffle tickets out. Somebody's going to win $270. $270 to the winner. If you have ticket number 150239, that ticket 150239, that ticket is worth $270. You can bring that ticket to the press box for verification.
Welcome back here on the THS Digital Media Network. Here's the Wildcats ready to kick this one off. Brandon Flores writing his instructions. And what a great return there by Jason Grant. Getting his third touchdown of the evening. This one on special teams, punt return for about 85 yards, and to the house he took it, giving the Wildcats a 41-13 lead now. Here, 8:37 remaining in the third quarter. Flores gets this one underway. Good there by the College Place Hawks. And Thompson and trying to get somewhere and couldn't find a place. Jesse Mink bringing it up all the way out near midfield. At the 38-yard line. First down and 10. Here as the College Place Hawks hoping to respond. Otherwise it might be, or it's going to be a little bit more difficult to try to catch up with these Wildcats. So far in this second half, Wildcat defense able to keep this College Place Hawks offense on hold and right through the hands of Hank Thompson. Incomplete. Second down coming up. Reminder of the contest being played in the SCAC. The rest of the games that matter anyways, winner of the state games. On the SCAC East, their number 1 seed taking on the number 3 seed of the West, in the Natchez Valley Rangers. Of course, the third game, part here from the second game here in Toppenish, as the Zilla Leopards against the Eagles. So we'll try to get your scores here, hopefully, before we go off air. Joseph in the hands of Davis Fry. Gets that reception after a gain of 9 yards. Davis Fry, 7th reception of the night. Over 100 receiving yards here tonight. Against the College Place Hawks. It's going to be during or before the play.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to read the ticket number again. The one worth $270. 150239. If you have that ticket, come to the press box at the top of the stairs.
So
where Mr. Stauffer,
I'm going to move this one back 15 yards.
Right out of the wallet.
It appears. Please sure they get the correct spot. The penalty. Completed a 9-yard reception, however, unsportsmanlike conduct after the play. So to set them back 15 yards. Get the 9 and then they get pushed all the way back. Third down and 15 to go now. Dumps it off in the middle field to Parker Hodgen.
Reception by number 21, Parker Hodgen.
It's going to be a 6-yard reception. First reception of the night.
Congratulations to Debbie Nava, the winner of.
Fourth down and about 8 yards to go for the College Place Hawks. Here's the Toppenish Wildcats hoping to get this College Place Hawks offense off the field with this defensive stand.
Fourth down.
Fourth down, looks like they're going to go into punting formation. Oh, fake, dumps it up. Fry, trying it, And brought down, no gain, minimal gain, maybe 1 yard on that fake punt attempt. It's going to be turned over on downs, and the Wildcats with great field position here to start their next offensive drive.
The Wildcats take over at the 40-yard line, 1st and 10, 41-yard line.
41-yard line now. College Place Hawks. Top of this Wildcats hoping to capitalize on this opportunity. Perez hands it off. Keeps it himself. Finding some room and finally brought down after about a gain. It's going to be 16 yards there. Ball carrier was
on the play by College Place number 79, Andre Smith at the College Place 26-yard line. 1st and 10.
16-yard rushing attempt there. I can't make out exactly what it was. It may have been Grant. First down and 10. Torres this time gets the carry. Making that ball on the ground. College Place picks it up. Taking it. Finding open space, and Davis Fry brought down by Joshua Perez. Timmy Torres not prone to making mistakes. That's going to be one of the first ones he's had in a while. And Timmy Torres is going to be really upset with himself. Finding some room. That was about a 9-yard gain and then a fumble. Oh, what a turn of events here. Wildcats still up, though. But at this point in juncture, near the end of the season, especially with the spot at stake on the line, what's going to happen? A few seconds remaining on that play clock. Able to snap it off in time. Josephic running over to his right side. Defense closing in on him. Josephic gets brought down after about a 6-yard gain on that attempt.
Quarterback keeper is out to the 40. That's a gain of 6, 2nd down and 4.
Going to bring up 2nd down.
Tackle on the play by Wildcats, number 12, Dakota Bauer.
So the College Place Hawks getting themselves another opportunity on the offensive side of the ball after the fumble by Timmy Torres, coughing it up, putting it on the ground. Had some wide open space, and Timmy Torres just not aware of how aggressive these defensive players of the College Place Hawks are at this point of the game. And another penalty. It's going to be, I believe, a delay of game, and it is against the College Place Hawks. It's going to send them back 5 yards. It's going to make this 2nd down and long now. .54 remaining. He's going to bring it up again. And the College Hawks are going to have to hurry up again. Less than 10 seconds remaining on the play clock. Able to get it off in time. Looking to the outside. And Mink able to get the reception. After a 10-yard reception there by Mink from Josephic.
Seth Ordaz with the stop.
Seth Ordaz just flying all over the field, making that tackle. Go to sideline from sideline. They're going to need every bit of him throughout these probable next games. But the Wildcats are going to have a chance at here at State if they win here tonight. 1st down and 10. Josephic pushed out of the pocket over to his left side. Trying to catch up, trying to make a play. And near the line of scrimmage, brought down after a gain of 1. Down and about 8 yards to go.
Stopped on
After
the
the
play
last
by
carry.
number 53, Ricardo Gonzalez. Number 10, Jason Grant.
Wildcats trying to make a defensive stand.
Second down and 9.
Josephic waiting to snap. Dumps it off over to his left. Gets it over
Pass
to
complete
Mink.
for a first down, number 10, Jesse Mink.
It's going to be a gain
Check that, is not a first down. It's
Gain
third
of
down
about
and short.
5.
32.
Sees the snap. Josephic trying to run it through the middle and does, and able to pick up that first down. Gains 2 on that carry. New set of downs for the College Plays Hawks. You can tell Josephic giving it his all, putting his body on the line. Remember, a berth that state on the line, so you bet you want to give every ounce of energy, give up your body, try to get some points, try to get your position, try to get the team in position to win this contest. Josephic looking over to his left, being met with pressure, flushing out of the pocket, and finally brought down
Another
after a gain of about 8.
play, gain of about 8 or 9 yards.
Josephic continuing his ground attack.
Rudy Sandoval and Seth Ordaz.
There's Aiden Wolper with only 8 carries, but less than 30 yards.
Second down and 2.
The only successful runner the College Plays Hawks have found so far is that of the legs of Nicholas Josephic. Trying to continue and ride his ability right now. Cut off, Wolper being met behind the line. Ball on the ground! And is it? Yes, it might be. Let's wait for the official's decision, and it is. Turnover by the College Plays Hawks, and the Wildcats recover. And what have we been talking about? The aggressiveness of that Toppenish Wildcat defense coming in hot on that ball. Wolper hasn't been able to get much ground, hasn't been able to find much space so far in this contest, and that defense just coming in aggressive, able to punch that ball out, and the Wildcats back on offense they go. First down and 10 from the 36-yard line. Receivers either side. Torres gets it, finding some room, and this time keeping that ball high and tight. Brought down after a gain of 14 yards.
Jimmy Torres out to midfield. Just enough yardage for another Wildcat first down.
So 3:16 remaining, and as the Wildcats are going to keep moving this ball. They're going to make some adjustments. Joshua Perez in the shotgun. Isaias Maldonado with the motion. Hand it off. Torres finding a lane. Going up the middle again. Keeps going. Not stopping. He's coming out. And finally out of bounds. Let's see what's going to be called here. Torres just not stopping.
Couple penalty flags on the play.
It's going to be an 18-yard rushing attempt for Torres.
Face mask penalty against College Place.
College Place with the face mask penalty. Going to add on another 5 yards. And what a great run there by Timmy Torres. Trying to redeem himself, especially after he coughed up that ball a couple of possessions ago. Of course, Torres having a great season First 1,000-yard rusher the Wildcats have had since 2015. Most of the time, Cesar Ramirez being the last 1,000-yard rusher for the Toppenish Wildcats.
First down.
It's normally the identity of the Toppenish Wildcats, being able to run it hard and tough on the ground. Torres again, another carry, breaking it out to the left side, trying to get into the end zone, stays up and brought down near the 1-yard line. It's going to be a 14-yard gain on that rushing attempt, his 16th of the night. Well over 100 yards, going to be nearing 150 now. Still 2:40 remaining here in the third quarter. Perez taking it himself, trying to run it in, and behind the line of scrimmage, College Place Hawks, Mash Colbert, a senior, making a great play there, preventing Joshua Perez from getting into the end zone. Joshua Perez going to bring up second down and goal. About the 4-yard line, 3-yard line looks like. Good pass off, dump off to Shane Rivera, getting into the end zone, and does. And there's going to be a flag, might be against the offense of Toppenish. See what call the referees are going to make down on the field. What a unfortunate position this is going to be for Shane Rivera, having 2 touchdowns called back. Because of a penalty. So, it would be against the Wildcats. Unfortunately, it's going to put them out all the way to their own, up to the 11-yard line with College Place Hawks.
That's a hurling penalty against the
Still
Wildcats.
second down and goal.
Back them up 10 yards.
Second down and goal. Receivers. Sam Maldonado with the motion. Perez rolling out over to his right and finds open. Perez to Grant. 12-yard touchdown. Fifth reception of the night. Joshua Perez making some plays with his legs, rolling out over to his right. Didn't find a receiver open on the design play, waited a little bit, and as he was rolling out to his right, finding open and finding an opportunity, a broken loose Jason Grant open for the touchdown, extending this lead for the Wildcats. Florida's with the extra point, and that one is going to be good. 47-13, the score. Minute 42 remaining here in the third quarter. Wildcats well on their way to make it to state. We're going to take a break. Be back here on the THS Digital Media Network. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here on the THS Digital Media Network. Third receiving touchdown of the night for Jason Grant. 4 total touchdowns here on the night. He also had a punt return. What an amazing game he's having here today to close out the regular season. You bet there's going to be more than enough programs around this region looking at this young man. What a great versatility he brings on any side of the ball, not to mention his pertinence to get into the end zone on whichever side of the ball you put him on. 4 overall touchdowns here today for Jason Grant, nearing that 20 mark. Still another quarter of football to play. Let's see what happens. And underway, here we go. Jesse Mink, tournament, and brought down there by Rudy Sandoval.
Rudy Sandoval. First and 10.
So the college plays Hawks now. Essentially got to play perfect football, make every offensive possession count. Otherwise, this game is going to be slipping away from them rather quickly. At this point, I think more than likely you're going to have to take some shots down the field. And you saw the tape in the first half. People love doing it. Especially when Josephic is comfortable in the pocket. He's able to find his great receiver, Davis Fry. And himself is going to probably get near 1,000 yards. Probably end up a little bit short.
Penalty flags on the field.
So flags. Let's see what's going to be called.
Unsportsmanship.
Sportsmanlike conduct against the Wildcats. It's going to be 15 yards. I think this is going to be like the 5th time, more than likely the 5th time the coaches are not going to be happy about what's going down on the field with these mistakes. And so move the chains appropriately. Down first down and about 5 to go.
First and 5.
Josephic tries to dump it off to his receiver in the area, Gavin Guys, 25.
Second down and 5.
So whatever the Wildcats, of course, pending the result of this contest, are going to be a pretty high seed, possibly host a first-round playoff game, which hopefully, since Toppenish High School is not part of the NSFHS program or system, that game is going to be brought to you for free. And right in the backfield, met with some heavy hammers. Loss of 1 on that carry.
Tackle on the play, number 65, Luis Mendoza.
Wolpert just couldn't find any space.
1 on the play. 3rd and 6.
Being held to under 50 yards here tonight in the season finale. The SCAC West facing off against the number 3 seed of the SCAC East at the 1A level. 3rd down and about 6 yards to go. Roosevelt with the snap. Dumps it out over to Davis Fry and able to stay in bounds. Enough for the first down. 5-yard reception on that one.
To number 10, Jesse Mink. It's a first down for College Place.
So new set downs. For the Wildcat, or excuse me, for the Hawks. What is it? Rather chilly here at Booth. Joseph Wolpert finding some room and able to get 9 yards on that carry, longest run of the night for Josephic.
Gain of 9.
Excuse me, Wolpert there for the carry. That's going to be the end of the 3rd quarter. Wildcats, 12 more minutes before they can officially earn that state playoff berth. They lead 48-13. Toppenish Wildcats ahead. Make sure to like, follow, and subscribe here on the THS Digital Media Network and never miss out on another THS event. We'll be back shortly. back here at THS Digital Media Network. If you're just joining us beginning here of the fourth and final quarter, we've been dealing with some technical difficulties, internet difficulties here, so this game will be uploaded in its entirety later tonight. Make sure to watch this game here, this historic matchup. 2 1,000-yard offensive players here tonight there as Josephic trying to make a play and does. Able to find his way all the way down near the 50-yard line, and that's going to be enough for a first down, 10-yard gain. So once again, to repeat, dealing with some technical difficulties here on the streaming side. So this game will be uploaded in its entirety later tonight. Want to rewatch this experience, which I'm sure many of you that missed out on this contest here live and in person, you guys are going to check out. Thank you for joining us here on the THS Digital Media Network. Joseph has some time in the pocket, being met by pressure and sacked there as Ricardo Gonzalez finding his way there. Josephic waiting as long as he could, just couldn't find an open receiver. Nobody was able to get some separation, had to hang on to it. Thought he was going to get somebody to break open there on his right side, but unfortunately Gonzalez meeting him in the backfield, brought down for a huge loss. Second down at about 18 yards to go. Josephic going to dump it off in the middle and intended for Wolpert. Hopefully that one didn't get picked off as it was flying and sitting in the air for a half second too long. Wildcats perhaps with the missed opportunity. Turnover there. Bring up third down and long. The Wildcats pick up the win here in about 10 minutes or so. Looking to be placed. Preferably, you'd want to be in the top 8. If you're in the top 8, you get to host the game. That's going to be the prime position for the Wildcats. Let's see the way the WIAA committee seeds all these teams that are going to qualify for the 1A state playoffs. Stumped off from Josephic for a 15-yard reception.
Luis Mendoza with the tackle, number 65.
There's Hank Thompson with the reception. So fourth down still coming up. So going for it all on the line here as time is winding down and opportunities growing slim for the College Place Hawks. Looking to get the long ball going. Finding Davis Fry on the sideline and good for an 8-yard reception and first down.
Davis Fry.
9 receptions here on the night for the College Place Hawks. Davis Fry, the senior, wide receiver. Receptions and yardage. College Place Hawks. Tremendous season he's had as well. College senior. Josephic handing it off to Wolpert. Wolpert again, man in the backfield. Loses 2 on that one.
Wolpert. Again tackled by number 65 for the Wildcats, Luis Mendoza.
Luis Mendoza just getting in that backfield, making some plays. And the effort that these Wildcats can display out there. They always have. Second down and about 12 to go. Josephic throwing out to the right side and met there by Grant.
Pass is complete.
And Jesse Mink feeling that one.
Play number 10, Jason Grant.
A 7-yard reception. catch of the night.
3rd down and 5.
So 3rd down, 5 yards to go here for the College Place Hawks, hoping to get this offensive drive moving. Time slowly ticking by for the Hawks. Josevic, long ball. And
Pass incomplete.
incomplete. Intended for Jesse Meek. They were right there in coverage. So 4th down and 5 again. Those College Place Hawks have to go for it. Stay in this game. The Wildcat defense being stout this entire second half.
4th down.
Not allowing any touchdowns so far here in this second half. Hoping to continue that trend. Joseph stepping back. Pressure all over the place. Being met by tacklers. Finally brought down.
And a gain of about a yard for the quarterback.
And 1 yard gain.
Joseph.
Joseph. And that's going to turn the ball over, and right back to the Toppenish Wildcats it will go. So if you're just joining us, this contest, an opportunity for a couple of players to reach 1,000 offensive yards in their respective categories. Jason Grant already with 3 touchdowns and well over 150 yards. He's going to have himself a 1,000-yard season. And then on the ground, Timmy Torres, great running back, joining the likes of Cesar Ramirez, Ivan Macias, and Carlos Ramirez, being the first running back since 2015 to get 1,000 yards. Ozuna, the running back now, finding some room and gets it all the way up to near midfield, 45-yard line.
All the way out to the 45-yard line.
Gain of about 14 yards on that one.
It's another Wildcat. 1st down.
So nice gain there from Ozuna. Whereas Timmy Torres' night may be done. Definitely was starting to cramp up. Those last couple of handoffs he had. Zam Maldonado this time with a handoff of his own. And brought down near the line of scrimmage. Luckily he just one on that one. So 2nd down and 9 yards to go for the Wildcats. 7:45 or so remaining here in this 4th and final quarter. So the Wildcats, each second coming off that block, gets closer and closer to the state berth for the 1A state tournament for football. Ozuna, over to the left side, finally brought down after a gain of 8 yards.
A gain of about 8. 3rd down and 1.
3rd down for the Wildcats, hoping to convert. Wildcats right now firmly in control of this one. Defense just shutting down any offensive opportunities that the College Place Hawks had. And being brought down in the backfield as Joshua Perez just nowhere to go with that ball.
Quarterback sack
Takes it.
by number 20, Landon White. 4th down and 3 or 4.
So 4th down to go. Do play correct. Fourth down. They're going for it. Simple handoff over to Ozuna, finding some space and getting enough for a 1st down. Gain of 6 on that one. It's a great thing to see when you can bring in your backup running back. Now, Timmy Torres, I believe, he's probably done for the night. Saw him cramping up earlier. And just by the way this game is going, that's probably for the best, especially knowing you're going to have to play another game next week. I want to try to keep him nice and healthy. this game pretty much essentially over for all intents and purposes. Perez hands it off. Ozuna again, wide hole, bursting through. It gets up all the way near the 37-yard line. So
9 yards.
So 10 yards. So Ozuna just stepping in place of Jose Torres, who's had a great night here tonight, well over 170 rushing yards. Does have one fumble, though, but has 3 rushing touchdowns to his name. Perez hands it off this time. Isaiah Maldonado getting a chance, trying to slip his way through, holding on to that ball, and finally brought down after a gain of 7 yards on that one.
Isaiah Maldonado with the ball carry that time.
Coming up in under 5 minutes remaining here in this fourth and final quarter as the Wildcats are going to get their state berth. Doing the hard work, putting in the work the entire off season. Even playing a shortened season last spring. I was going to say this past spring. To be overall conference champion, of course, no state playoffs that year. There was another rushing attempt there. A gain of 5 yards. It's Keanu Zuniga.
And then moving the change again because it's another Wildcat. First down.
Keanu Zuniga there with a great rushing attempt. It's going to be the third string running back running in there, getting some reps, trying to finish this game out. What a great season the Wildcats have had here in the regular season. And 2 1,000-yard offensive players. Timmy Torres with 1,000-plus rushing yards, and of course Jason Grant with 1,000-plus rushing yards, not to mention is close to 18 overall touchdowns now on the season. 17, I believe, if I count them here correctly. And then Timmy Torres with 3 touchdowns of his own. He's going to get to 10 overall touchdowns on the ground here this season. 2 1,000-yard offensive players. What a great record-setting season for the Toppenish Wildcats. 3:30 remaining. In motion, Maldonado. He gets the handoff, trying to find some space. Cuts it upfield. Finally brought down after a gain of about 6 yards.
Inside the 10 to about the 8-yard line, 7-yard line.
So that clock keeps running.
First down. Go.
The Wildcats are going to keep that offensive going. Perez in the pistol. Ozuna gets a nice burst up the middle. It's going to be a gain of 5 again.
Ozuna, I think he's down to the 2-yard line.
So Ozuna looking to be
Tackled by number 12.
effective player here during these last few waning minutes of this game. It's already been decided. Perez just hoping to burn more clock. Perhaps even score another touchdown. Perez takes it himself, trying to get near the goal line and stop. Gets 2 yards on that attempt by himself. Come up under 2 minutes here.
Made the tackle. It is 3rd down after 1.
So what a great season we've had here in the SCAC. Of course, the Royal City Knights and your Toppenish Wildcats are going to be heading to the playoffs. And Perez just running it in there for a 1-yard touchdown.
And that's a touchdown for the Wildcats.
Perez with 3 passing touchdowns, 4 total touchdowns now on the night. 3 through the air and 1 on the ground with that one. It's going to make it 54-13. Let's see what Brandon Flores has in store for the extra point. Thoughts from tonight's game? Oh, the Wildcats getting started off to a slow and sluggish start on offense, committing very many penalties both on the offensive and defensive side. And again, special teams couldn't handle the snap. Maldonado throwing that one up in the air. No way! What a play, what a maneuver there from Shane Rivera. Isaiah Maldonado throwing it up there, and 2-point conversion it goes. Oh, you bet Shane Rivera wanted that one all night, especially considering he had a chance at 2 touchdowns. Couldn't get one there, one called back, and one of them just tripped over his own foot, couldn't make his way into the end zone. And so probably gets some recovery, gets his benefits, completing that 2-point conversion and making a play on that ball, jumping up and high over a couple of defenders. Could have argued Isaiah Maldonado, rather dangerous play there, just throwing it up in the air, just trying to see if his receiver can make a play. And Shane Rivera, long, lanky, and explosive, able to make it, snag that one in the air, bring down 2-point conversion. 37 remaining here. The Wildcats, with their historic season, 2,000-yard offensive players. Timmy Torres with well over 170 rushing yards and 3 touchdowns to himself. And then Jason Grant, well over 150 receiving yards and 4 total touchdowns, 3 receiving touchdowns, and 1 punt return for a TD. What great stats that young man has, and you bet he's going to be getting some looks and some peeks from some of the top programs here in the region, in the Pacific Northwest. It's been a great season, and we hope we're going to be able to bring you one more game here soon enough. Ball kicked away, Flores. In the hands of Jesse Mink, and will be brought out of bounds near the 45-yard line. So the clock is running, as this is a 40-point lead that the Wildcats have. Wildcats observing, of course, the state of Washington has a mercy rule for both basketball and football. Once your opponent is up, or once you're up by 40 points, the clock will run the rest of the way. This, of course, you call a timeout. Rule that's a little over 10 years old or so now. Josephic keeping it himself, runs for about another 4 yards.
The Wildcats will be playing next week, depending on what other game action, how it turns out. More than likely, there'll be another game here next Friday night.
So you're hearing that here from the PA announcer. More than likely, Wildcats will host a playoff game. We're going to find out after the results around the state later tonight. And of course, the big task for the WIAA committee to seed these teams appropriately. We have to happen to believe that these Wildcats are going to be ranked at least top 8 and host the playoff game. Josephine, last second prayer, and hits that one near the end zone inside the 5-yard line. 50-yard pass, and that's going to be it. Wildcats going to state. Wildcats going to state and celebrating on the field. The hard work, the commitment, the discipline that Coach Jason Smith and his crew and his coaching staff and these young men out here giving it their all and earning themselves a trip to the state playoffs. Give you some statistics here before we go off air. Jason Brown with well over 160 receiving yards on 5 receptions, 3 touchdowns through the air, and of course 1 punt return for a total of 4 touchdowns. What a magnificent game Jason Grant gave here tonight. And of course, on the ground, Jose Timmy Torres accompanying him with 3 touchdowns on the ground to himself, well over 170 rushing yards here tonight. 2 1,000-yard offensive players here tonight. Timmy Torres, the first 1,000-yard back since Cesar Ramirez back in 2015. And of course, Jason Grant breaking the school all-time record for receiving yards and receiving touchdowns. Jason Grant with a total finishing the season 17 receiving touchdowns and well over 1,000 receiving yards. Final score here, folks, before we go off air, 56-13 in favor of the Wildcats. We're going to await the results of what the WIAA committee and their seeding is going to be in store for the Wildcats. They're looking, or they should be, top 8, and they will more than likely host a game here at Wildcat Stadium. So stay tuned, stay on the lookout for that announcement. And of course, if we do get that game here at Wildcat Stadium, you bet we're going to be right back here online. And guess what? Unlike NFHS schools, this game's going to be brought to you by Toppenish High School Digital Media, and of course, all for the price of what they call free. So let's get away from NFHS. Let's make it about the community. Let's make it about the players. Let's get everything right. Let's get access and watch some of these great athletes that over these past couple of years, well, it's been rather tough, but getting back on track in this historic season for the Toppenish Wildcats. Final score live here from Toppenish, Washington, inside Wildcat Stadium at Bob Winters Field. Wildcats with the win, 56-13. I'm your host, Antonio Tony D. Dominguez. Thank you for joining us. And remember, you can watch this game and all of its entirety live here on the THS and on demand on the THS Digital Media Network. And just in case you're wondering what happened, we were dealing with technical difficulties all night. This game, of course, is going to be uploaded here later tonight, later today. And we hope that you watch this and watch this historic game, this historic season that the Wildcats have had. Anyways, Tony D. Dominguez, thank you, and we'll see you more than likely next week here on the THS Digital Media Network. Have a good night, and God bless.
It's been about us coming together, about us playing well and getting better every week. So we're going to approach the next week's game, wherever it may be, whoever it may be against, we're going to focus on us and do everything right. Thank you much for your support, and I'd much rather be a Wildcat than who's going to be this week.
We out, you know. We out. We out.
I'm not